And welcome live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu, and today our focus will be on the southern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making rounds at the moment. 38 worshippers of a Christ Apostolic Church in Eruku town, Kwara State, have been united with their families following the rescue from abductors. They were handed over to the chairman of Ekiti Local Government Council in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, by Governor Abdul Razak, marking a triumphant end to their ordeal. The victims were rescued following a coordinated operation involving the federal government, the Kwara State government, and the Office of the National Security Advisor. They arrived in Eruku at about 6:30 p.m., where relatives and community members welcomed them with cheers, tears of joy, and songs of gratitude. We start off in River State, where natives of the Bile community in River State are raising concerns over the health implications of a suspected gas leak in their community and environs. Our correspondent Charles Operum visited the community in Degema local government area and now reports.
It's a 35-minute boat ride from Port Harcourt, the River State capital, to Bile, an oil-producing island community in Degema local government area of the state. The journey leads to a community in distress over suspected multiple gas leaks, dangerously permeating their environment. The scene is unsettling. Thick bubbles rise aggressively from the water, signaling a possible gas escape from beneath the mangroves. The surface churns like boiling mud, while a sharp chemical smell clings heavily to the air.
The bubbling you see behind me confuses the people of Bile, a small town in Degema local government area with a population of roughly 30,000 people. They say for the past 1 month, this has been happening, and it has inexplicably defied all logical explanations.
The chairman of the Bile Council of Chiefs says the community has never witnessed contamination of this scale and fears the looming consequences.
Nearly a month now, we have observed from the ground bubbling. We don't know exactly what it is because we have not ascertained it. It is bubbling all around. And you know, we are fishermen. This is where we fish, we pick our flamencos and all that. This hasn't happened before, not to our knowledge. But the bubbling is everywhere, not on the land alone, but on the river. I think we observed this thing on the 9th of 11th of November. It probably had happened before then, but people who came to do fishing here observed and gave the report.
Another chief confirms a joint investigative visit by regulators NOSDRA, Renaissance Energies, and the community, but results are still pending. He adds that the drinking water sources in the community are now compromised.
So we came in for a JIV assessment on the 26th, and certain things were observed and recommendations were made. The first thing the NOSDRA staff that came in recommended was that first, there is need for excavation to ascertain the real cause, the root cause, to need to find out the root cause of what is actually happening here. Two, that there should be an air quality test, a soil test, and water test to know what is also happening. They also emphasized and insisted that this area be cordoned off because it is gas, it is flammable. As you know, in Bile here we cook with open fire, so they advise that we should try as much as we can to contain it to ensure that this does not progress further. The essence of this visit is because we felt, considering the enormous danger that our people are into, because we are perceiving our source of drinking water is contaminated. If you go into Bile town now, you see that basically everywhere is bubbling. So we expected NOSDRA to swing into action to compel these IOCs to come in and carry out these basic tests to ascertain what is here.
Inside Bile town, the danger becomes even more evident. Gas bubbles up from water pumps, creeps through the school playground and even seeps to the surface in the middle of the state school, unnoticed by children playing above it.
The environment is not safe for us to learn because only the smell too, we cannot withstand it. So we need the immediate effect, how we can vacate these premises. For now that we are conducting our exam, we cannot just end the exam, but we need to finish it. And we also need to vacate this environment to conclude our exam.
Environmentalists warn that prolonged exposure could have severe health implications for residents.
If we have not had any death incident, does not mean that people are not already affected. I tell you what is going on right now, bioaccumulation will take place. These things, they keep inhaling it every day. It gets to a little part. When it gets to a little level, that's when you see massive health problem. We don't want it to get to that point.
It's really likelihood of respiratory tract infections that will affect a lot of our citizens.
The Council of Chiefs have said they are not going to allow this to happen, as after today, they will be evacuated from this school and moved to the hall where the chiefs stay as a temporary measure until this problem is fixed. But it then raises the question, for how long is this going to continue before it is arrested? From Bile in Degema local government area of Rivers State, Charles Oporum, Channels Television News.
A civil society organization, the Coalition for Good Governance and Economic Justice in Africa, has lauded the Edo State government for the firm and transparent handling of the controversy surrounding the purported land revocation in the state. Addressing a media briefing in Abuja, the country director of the coalition, Mr. John Mayaki, restated the statement of Governor Monday Okwebolo, who distanced himself from the revocation and described the report as misleading and false. Mr. Mayaki said the state government is open to more investments in the state, which he believes is essential for economic stability and sustainable development.
Over the past 48 hours, a newspaper publication suggested that Edo State government had revoked Presco's PLC's land, that is their statutory right of occupancy. After extensive verification by this group, we discovered that information with relevant authorities in Edo State that there was no revocation anywhere. Our investigation revealed that the controversial notice that was issued without authorization by the managing director that has been sacked now of Edo State Geographic Information System, Edo State Geographic Information Service, the man has been sacked by the governor. The governor did not support the decision to place an advert to revoke the land of Presco, and so the governor sacked him and revised that decision. For clarity, we also wish to explain that the only matter under technical review was a proposed excision of approximately 20 hectares within Presco's holdings. This is an area confined to certain strategic crude oil wells. Under the Nigerian law, mineral resources belonging to the federal government and the state is obligated to ensure compliance. However, no approval was given and no revocation was authorized by the governor or the government. To Presco PLC, its stakeholders and the local and international investment community, Edo State remains stable and open for business.
Still in Edo State, it's official as the state is set to host the next edition of the Niger Delta Sports Festival scheduled for February 2026, with Governor Monday Okwebolo assuring the commission that the state is ready to deliver a successful and memorable sports festival, leveraging its advanced sporting infrastructure. Governor Okwebolo disclosed this when he received the top management team from the NDDC, led by its managing director, Samuel Ogboku, during a courtesy visit to the Edo State Government House on Tuesday. The governor also appealed to the NDDC for a partnership to rehabilitate the Agbo-Uromi Road, highlighting its importance for economic and social movement. The sports festival is expected to draw athletes from Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, and other Niger Delta states, positioning Edo as a central hub for sports excellence in the region.
The maiden edition took place in Akwa Ibom State this year, where we had a large turnout of athletes, numbering 3,220 number of athletes across the 9 states of the region, and 550 officials who also participated. So, Your Excellency, I want to, on behalf of the Niger Delta Development Commission, use this opportunity to present to you the hosting right of the Niger Delta Sports Festival 2026, which will hold in February next year in Edo State.
You have chosen the right state. Thank you for choosing Edo once more. I am very glad to say that you have done well in these few months I take over the helm of affairs in Edo State. If this is how we have been getting it from NDDC before, I don't think we will be regretting that we are not part of NDDC. Meanwhile, we are part of NDDC. Between Agbo and Uromi, you can't pass that road at all. I want us to partner so that we, from Ewu down to Agbo, we can partner to carry out that project. It's very dear to us because the activities in that area is completely paralyzed.
In the spirit of celebration and in a bid to ease the burden of transportation on residents across the 18 local government areas of Cross River State, Governor Basio too has officially flagged off free transportation services across the state for 31 days. Speaking at the venue for the flag-off exercise, the Deputy Governor, Peter Ode, explained that the initiative is part of the governor's commitment to the welfare of the people, as well as ensuring that no family is left behind in both Carnival and Christmas celebrations because of hike in transportation.
Residents of Calabar, Cross River State, are getting set to welcome the Yuletide and colorful Carnival that closes out the year. But with festive rush also comes the fear of a hike in transportation, especially for those in the rural areas who wish to visit their families outside their communities.
In the name of the Father, Amen. And of the Son, Amen. And of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
In response to this challenge, the state government has launched a special intervention that's aimed at easing movement of people and goods during the festive period. The Sweet Prince Free Transportation Scheme is a 31-day initiative designed to support citizens across the state.
We want the people of Cross River State to be part of this season of sweetness, and that is why we have decided as a government to provide free transportation to Cross Riverians and even our tourists and visitors for the next 31 days. The buses will be running 24/7. They are safe, they are reliable, and they are good.
The program, which will run throughout the Carnival and Christmas season, provides free land and water transportation, ensuring that even residents in the riverine and hard-to-reach communities can travel without the burden of costly fares.
We decided to attach a supervisor being paid to follow you to the journey and back to ascertain that there's no issues. If you also see the branded buses, we have phone numbers so that in case there's any emergency, you can put a call across. We're not only trying to do road transportation, we're also doing water transportation because our state is largely riverine. So we also have boats that can carry people through the water lines. So for us, this is a promise kept and also a fulfillment by His Excellency to support the people.
For many, the intervention offers timely relief, enabling them to visit loved ones, participate in carnival activities, and engage in business without the financial strain that often comes with the festive rush.
This has eased a lot of trouble, for us while we are struggling to make ends meet, go about our normal daily activities and, the whole festivity.
I'm very, very happy. I'm overwhelmed. At least the people will stop suffering from transport. when they see the season of sweetness, everybody will rush in. They will be happy that something like this is coming up again for the third time.
As the state enters a season known for celebration and unity, the Sweet Prince Free Transportation Scheme has been described as a gesture of compassion aimed at making the Yuletide journey smoother and more accessible for all.
You're watching Newsroom series live on Channels Television. Still ahead, we'll bring you more stories from the Southern region. Stay with us. Welcome back. The federal government has announced plans to set up a truck transit park in Umunede, Ika Northeast local government area of Delta State, as part of its renewed hope agenda aimed at improving safety and efficiency in the transport sector. Chairman of the Joint National Transport Safety Committee disclosed this at the South-South Industrial and Safety Conference, where he explained that the committee is partnering with relevant agencies to set up driver awareness campaigns during the festive period to reduce crashes on the highways. The conference, with the theme promoting occupational safety and health in the transport sector, a collective responsibility, brought together key stakeholders to discuss better strategies for road safety. Speakers stressed that beyond sensitization, strict enforcement of traffic regulations and safety standards remains central to the committee's mandate. A major highlight of the event was the presentation of an award to Delta State's Governor Sheriff Oborewori in recognition of his efforts in upgrading road infrastructure and supporting safety initiatives, along with other honors for his contributions to transportation safety.
This is the South-South Industrial and Transport Safety Conference, which is aimed at promoting public awareness, sensitization, and letting people in this region, the South-South region, to understand the need for collaboration on safety compliance at workplace, and also for the transport operators. As you are aware that you are in the ember month, and these transporters need to be aware of their lives and how they operate on the highway. Every life matters, and this initiative is in line with the renewed hope agenda of His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu towards promoting safety on our highway and workplace safety compliance in Nigeria.
Staying in Delta State, the State Tech Week has officially kicked off in Asaba with lots of excitement and promise as the state government launched the week-long Innovation Festival as checks of 10 million naira each were also presented to 2 outstanding youth innovators as supports to grow their businesses. The event sets the tone for a transformative week dedicated to showcasing technology, creativity, and the future of Delta's digital economy.
It's the opening day and formal flag-off of the maiden edition of Delta Tech Week, and in attendance are young, vibrant, already existing, as well as upcoming entrepreneurs in the tech business, industry players, and government representatives.
And that way, my wife just was a baby girl.
The program, as a strategic platform that unites industry players, inspires creativity, drives collaboration, and strengthens the state's tech community.
And make financial services more accessible and efficient for all.
Now, Sheriff Oborewori is represented by the Commissioner for Science and Technology, who declares the event open on his behalf. Day 2 is a flurry of activities, including panel discussions, goodwill messages, expert-led conversations, exhibitions, and a major tech and career job fair, all aimed at deepening collaboration and supporting emerging entrepreneurs.
As for the Delta State government, we will always be there to assist. That's why we opened this field. So these people will know, the investors will know that they are safe. These people are part of Delta. These people are known by the Ministry of Science and Technology in Delta State, and they can actually invest and support whatever they've done, whatever they've built, whatever they've developed. You can support them because we are giving them the front and the backing to know that it is straight and it's legit.
At the end of this summit, we are expecting that some of these participants who have showcased their product will get investors to sponsor most of their product.
The highlight of the day is the presentation of 10 million naira cash to support 2 youth innovators whose inventions have the potential of being a huge success.
There are many people that are actually building in Delta State. We have lots of products, and some people actually demoed their product yesterday, and I'm so grateful that I was part of day one, because I saw a lot of products that are coming from Delta State, not just building in Delta State, they are also Deltans.
With other activities lined up throughout the week, Delta Tech Week is already shaping up to be a defining moment for the state's digital ambition by accelerating innovation, empowering young talents, and firmly positioning Delta State as one of Nigeria's major technology hubs.
The Nigerian Navy ship Pathfinder has taken medical care to the heart of Abonema in Akukutoro local government area, providing free treatments to more than 2,000 residents. The exercise, tagged Medical Rhapsody, is part of the Navy's end-of-the-year activities and a major boost to civil-military relations.
It was a full day of medical care at the Primary Health Center in Abonema, where hundreds lined up for consultations, tests, and health talks. From malaria screening to blood pressure checks, vitamin A administration and deworming, the outreach brought the much-needed relief to a community with limited access to regular health care. Representing the commander of NNS Pathfinder, Rear Admiral Kajatan Anyaku, the base operations officer said Abonema was deliberately chosen for its long-standing relationship with the Navy.
The aim of the Medical Rhapsody is to enhance civil-military relations between the Nigerian Navy and the people of Abonema community, the host of Naval Outpost Abonema. It is pertinent to state that the base carefully selected this community for some reasons, one of which is that this community has grown many admirals in the Nigerian Navy and the host of also our naval base here.
The Navy says the initiative aligns with the Chief of Naval Staff's vision of supporting riverine and coastal communities, not just through security, but also through health and welfare programs. Local authorities also expressed gratitude, describing the program as timely and impactful. Representing the vice chairman of Akukutoru local government area, the health head educator said the outreach would go a long way in improving community well-being.
There are many patients that come to these facilities that don't have money to afford even paracetamol. And for today, most of those people that were here that doesn't have money to procure drugs for their ailment, at the end of the day, they will get free drugs, go home, take the drugs, and they will be okay. So it's a very good one. I want to say a very big thank you to you. Thank you very much.
Medical personnel use the platform to educate residents on hypertension and lifestyle habits, urging them to prioritize their health. Many beneficiaries say the intervention filled a critical gap, especially for those unable to afford medical services.
We really appreciate, because this type of a thing has never, is coming, but not like this. We appreciate them for the good thing they did for us. Like today, we are suffering from mosquito, but they give us mosquito nets to prevent malaria from our babies. You can see all these ones is mosquito mark, but with this, we know we are safe. Thank you.
I'm not paying money. It's free of charge. God bless them. The pockets that they brought this money to sponsor this, it will not dry.
The outreach ended with applause from community stakeholders who say the Nigerian Navy has once again demonstrated its commitment to supporting host communities.
Akwa Ibom State Police Command has expressed concern over the recent spread of unverified security alerts on social media on alleged invasion of some southern states by terrorist groups, warning that such false alerts have the potential to cause panic and undermine public confidence. The Commissioner of Police, Akwa Ibom State, CP Baba Azare, gave the warning at a security stakeholders meeting in Uyo, the state's capital.
reason for calling this stakeholders meeting?
It's a high-level stakeholder security meeting organized by the Akwa Ibom State Police Command in Uyo, the state capital. The meeting is convened to review the security situation in the state and strengthen collaborative efforts to maintaining peace and stability across all communities, with attendance cutting across representatives of traditional rulers, other community leaders, religious leaders, market and transport unions, student unions, and labor unions.
Security is shared responsibility. The police cannot succeed without the active support of the people. We call on all community leaders and residents to expose criminal elements, whether they are involved in cultism, armed robbery, vandalism, drug trafficking, kidnapping, or any other unlawful acts. No community can be safe if criminals find protection among residents. No progress can thrive if silence shield lawbreakers. I urge you to continue reporting suspicious movements, unfamiliar faces, unwholesome activities. Your information will always be treated with utmost confidentiality.
They pledge to strengthen collaboration with the police command, improve information sharing, and support all initiatives aimed at sustaining peace and security in Akwa Ibom State.
So what I want to point out are the people that we call them iron condemned. People that have iron that are condemned should take it to a center established for the scavengers, not to move around.
Security is everybody's business, and therefore we have to go around, observe things. The Pamela, people should make his house available, people should report things to him. Our county chairman will announce in the blocks, let people be more open to him so that he can be open to the CP. And it is also troubling that in Akwa Ibom, being the east, and then somehow by the corner, we should do everything to continue to say it out, and at the end, Akwa Ibom will be a safe place.
Just like the CP has said, we also in the CSOs condemn the putting up of fake news to cause fears in the minds of Nigerians. Yes, we are going through trying times, security-wise, but Akwa Ibom State has become very peaceful and the most peaceful in recent times in Nigeria. So we must not bring in reports that will put fears in the minds of our visitors, in the minds of would-be investors, and even others that are living here, and those of us that are from here. So we should try to condemn such a report. If you see it, don't circulate it, don't share it, don't spread it in WhatsApp group or media, because when the more you share it, and also you are from Akwa Ibom, you are sending a wrong signal to those who are not from here. You say, the person who sent the report to me is from Akwa Ibom, and this is from him, then the report is true. Please let us try to help in policing, because security is everyone's business.
The command encourages residents to remain vigilant and to report suspicious persons or movements to the nearest police station or any other security agency.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iwiwu. News track comes up at the top of the hour.